Yeah, hi there. And these comments, I'm just going to use the initials of your name for privacy purposes. These comments are for J.E. And let's take a look at your situation. So you're 27 years old and you want to study. It looks like here in the United States you say this spring. So you want to score 79 on the TOEFL test. So you say that I have dyslexia, so I have poor vocabulary and bad spelling. On your first TOEFL exam, you scored 47, and you took the test this time with 200% more time because of your disability, which was a good idea. And you said, the problem is my dyslexia, and I'm not reading that much in my spare time because I hate it. And you say, quote, it have left marks, end quote, so I know to read more and develop my vocabulary, but how can I prepare more for the test? It's always various topics on the test. How can I fix this in a month? Is it even possible? I'm going to say no, probably not. I think that you can solve your problems over time, but if you're asking me the question, can I get higher? Can I go from 47 to 79 in 1 month? I'm going to say probably not. However, you're talking about this spring, so you have several months to work out some of your issues, so I definitely think you can work out your problems in time. And so I think it is possible that you can reach your goal of 79. You say, I do not want to give up my dream just because I have dyslexia. Exactly, nobody does. You should not. Many, many successful people have become doctors, they've become business people, lawyers, accountants. People have been able to do very well in their lives with disability. My brother has dyslexia, actually, and he had a lot of difficulties when he was in high school with his spelling and also with his writing in general, kind of what you're having trouble with now. So I think it is possible to solve these problems. I'll give you some general tips. One of the things that helped my brother with his dyslexia is he read. He started to practice reading on a regular basis. I think it took him about 2 years. After high school, he picked up a habit of reading more. And he started reading for a period of about 2 years. And just by the extensive reading that he did, he was able to improve his reading proficiency. And you can do this too. I'm not sure how long it's going to take you to solve your problems, but let me tell you a little bit about my course. My course, JE, it will help you in both the vocabulary and also the writing areas, and you will be able to do better in the reading area if you follow a lot of the lessons and suggestions I have in my online TOEFL course. It's not going to be easy because you do have the disability, and you even admit to yourself that you're not reading a lot. And there's no online course on the internet that's going to force you to read. It's something that you're going to want to have to do yourself. And let me just give you 5 basic ideas with reading. First of all, one of the main things you want to do to help improve your reading is to do what my brother did. Start reading. Instead of just trying to read academic topics that you think you might read on the TOEFL, you should pick things you actually like. Because if you don't read things you like, you're going to hate it, like you said. And it's going to be really boring to you. So the first thing is pick reading materials that you like. I would recommend 3 different types of reading materials for you right now. Magazines, newspapers, and then books. Now, the second thing you want to do, which also is important in helping you improve your vocabulary, helping you improve your reading, is to build your vocabulary. Now, my course has no miracles with vocabulary. I have a list of about 1,700 TOEFL words. I have exercises. They might be matching. They might be sentence completion. They might be reading. They might be quizzes, exams to help test your mastery of the words. But the bottom line is, you can benefit by going through my course and studying the words, but it's definitely going to take a lot of work. Most of my students who post the results after they finish my course, and after they make improvements, they will tell you that my course was difficult, it required them to prepare a lot, but when they took the TOEFL, they felt prepared. The third thing you want to do to help you with your reading is to increase your reading speed to about 300 words per minute or more. Now, if you hate reading and you don't read a lot, you're never going to be able to do this. But I do have JE in my online TOEFL course. I have 70 different speed reading tests. Now, some of these materials will be boring to you, but probably necessary. But I have academic reading materials to help you improve your reading from 100 to 350 words a minute, and you really need to increase that reading speed. That's going to really help you a lot with the TOEFL IBT exam. Now, number 4, you want to become familiar with the IBT reading question types and the strategies for answering them. For example, some types of questions on the reading are vocabulary. Other kinds of questions are main idea. Still others are vocabulary. Sometimes you have to complete what's called charts and schematic tables. All of these types of questions are different types of questions requiring different strategies, and you want to make sure you become familiar with those test-taking strategies. So that would be also an important recommendation that I would have for you, is to become familiar with that. And you can do that directly in my online TOEFL course. Now, the last thing you want to do is to complete TOEFL level reading practice tests. In the 8th section of my course, I do have right now, currently, I'm partnering with a company that's offering full-length TOEFL IBT practice tests. Currently, I'm offering 2, and hopefully the company will be providing 2 more shortly. But it is important to take a full-length TOEFL practice test, including the reading section, so you have a chance to see or measure your progress. So if you go through those 5 things: extensive reading, building a vocabulary, increasing your reading speed, familiarizing yourself with the IBT reading test-taking strategies, and completing TOEFL level reading practice tests, you will begin to improve your reading proficiency. But in your case, you already know what your limitations are. You understand you have a disability, but you know what? That's the first step. The first step is to realize that you do have a problem. It is a disability, and the TOEFL allowed you to take more time on that test, and that was good. So you'll probably do better this time than you did the other time. But to be honest with you, the writing area is really going to be difficult for you. So let me talk about this a little bit more. In my TOEFL level, or in my online TOEFL course, JE, I have 40 different independent writing practice tests. I also have 43 integrated writing practice tests, and it's going to be important for you to begin completing those writing practice tests. However terrible your writing might be, it's good to start. And then you can have a chance to get some feedback from me. So you can also do that. And little by little, I think a combination of you completing those 5 different suggestions I offered in the reading, and also by completing some of the independent and integrated writing practice tests, and of course you'll be learning lessons in the writing area, you'll be learning how to develop your response, organize it, and so on. And the spelling thing, I don't really have anything set up, I'll be honest with you. I don't have anything set up, for readers or writers with dyslexia. I'm not that specialized at my online TOEFL course. However, I do teach at California State University San Bernardino, and I do teach students who do have your disability, and it's, you're just going to have to spend a little bit more time. You have some language problems you have to solve, and I think with practice, I think you will be able to solve those problems. Alright, so what do we do now? I'm going to recommend for you is my 90-day TOEFL study guide. That's probably the one that will be most appropriate for you, and that's going to give you the time you need to solve the reading and the writing problems that you have. Alright, anyway, thank you very much for your comments, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.